All right, so this is close. Oh gosh. Okay, so equipment and everything for all this stuff is getting set up and put together. So we are just trying to figure out, without the horses knocking anything over, how to get things kind of set up. Okay, so I just wanted to make a small episode of like what I'm doing because I'm getting back into rodeo. My horses like to be so I just want to do a real quick kind of like a series and document like how I'm getting back into rodeo and what's working for me, and just kind of seeing how all of this is gonna kind of work out for me. This cannot just get centered. Okay, there we go. And so what I'm currently doing is obviously just riding my horse and getting my small business put together, because I feel like I need something in the background to help me build money and make more money, because this sport and this industry slash hobby, whatever you guys want to call it anymore these days, a job, whatever, it's expensive. Sassy, don't knock it over, please. And so so I'm just trying to document everything just to show how real this industry is. I was rodeoing when I was little, all through college rodeo and everything like that, and I had my own horse trailer, and like I said before, as you guys know, I don't have a horse trailer, so I'm just trying to focus on getting back to what I had and get back to barrel racing and all that kind of stuff. You want to be in the video too. And so the only way I can is like by talking about it and then documenting it and talking about it, and then so I have motivation, and that's just kind of like what I lack. It's a lot of motivation because I'm doing it by myself. So if you're doing it by yourself, it is very hard to be motivated and to continue on and do whatever. Do you want me to sit next to you? What do you want to do? And so, like funding this by yourself it's hard. Starting over after you sold everything and coming and bringing it back in, I feel like it's harder. So right now I'm just focused on riding my mare, getting miles on her, and saving up money, trying to find a saddle that fits her and what she's comfortable in, and then we can just move right on along. So right now I'm looking at a Robbie Phillips saddle. There's a lot of people that ride them and a lot of people that like them, and they come out to Arizona for the futurities. So I figured if I just saved up enough money, I can just go to Buckeye and get my horse fitted for a saddle and carry on. And then after the saddle, I know it's gonna be so backwards, but it's just, honestly, I'm just doing what I can afford first. And so the easiest thing for me to afford first is a horse trailer. So it is gonna be backwards, but it's fine, just because it's just the easiest thing that I can do first. And so this is my plan of getting a horse trailer. So get my saddle back, get building her back up to barrel racing, and then get a horse trailer, and then get everything figured out, narrowed in, dialed in, and focused, and get a truck. I am going to buy a truck that's not in Arizona, because the taxes and everything in Arizona, it is so expensive. So I might look at Texas and look at getting a truck in Texas or New Mexico, because the taxes out there for vehicles are cheaper, and to register them and everything like that is just way cheaper to do it that way instead of Arizona. And then when I get all that kind of stuff figured out, I'm gonna start jackpotting, traveling. My horses are fine with traveling, so that's really cool. They're pretty easy travelers. They don't get all upset. So, and then we're gonna go out and just go to local barrel races. And that's kind of like my thought process of my plan of what I want to do and how I want it to kind of go. Not all the time is always going to work out, and I'm completely fine with it. If it comes up to where I can get a truck first over a horse trailer, whatever, you know, like, it's just, he's like, honestly, whatever is going to be more doable for me. And then hopefully I can get my own place. So, it's a lot. I have a lot of big, like, expensive goals, but it's not anything that I should be afraid of or can't do, because I can, you know, pretty much handle anything. And especially when you pray about it all the time, you know, situations and stuff is going to come in. And so that's the main reason why I feel like I can do anything, is because, you know, boss man upstairs is going to definitely help along the way. And honestly, I used to stress out so much about a lot of things. And I just pitched the reins and just gave it literally all to God. And I'm just like, however it fits, however it works out, in whatever order, however way, shape, or form, wherever I end up, I'm fine with it. I quit stressing, and honestly, I am able to kind of focus on what I actually need to do and over what I don't have any control over. So that's just been like the biggest blessing ever, because I had really bad anxiety and over anything and everything, and I would have severe anxiety attacks, and now I don't have any kind of anxiety at all. Nothing. It's all gone. So, and then my minis over here. So, I don't know, I just kind of feel like there's a lot of people that want to start in rodeo and everything like that, and barrel racing at least, or having horses, and or you've had horses and everything like that, or you have horses and then you're trying to get back into it, but you know, the fun money issue has always been a problem. So I am taking you up close and personal into all of my stuff, and these flies are awful, but you know, just trying to relate and make it as real as possible. I don't have a truck, I have a car, and I drive a little over an hour to work every day, Monday through Friday. And you know, it's not easy. You know, you're just gonna have to kind of figure things out, but I feel like it's motivation, because do I want to be doing that for forever? No, honestly, I really don't. That's not my idea of how I want to spend my life. You know, over here, like, everything is just so spread out, and I don't like things spread out, because it makes things more difficult to be able to, like, do what you want to do in life and have a work-life balance. And so trying to get everything kind of more doable is my kind of plan, what I'm trying to do. So I also have my videos of what I do on Facebook and Instagram. So I don't videotape my horse riding or anything like that. Like, I'm also going to kind of just really quick show or tell you kind of like what my thought process of the podcast as well. So I'll have guest speakers, but I feel like mostly it's just I'll have my life story on, like, telling you how I'm getting from the bottom, and hopefully end up somewhere at the top. I don't know where I'm going to end up, but this is what the bottom looks like. It is not fun. It is actually really boring down here. Okay. Like, there is not, it really is. Like, you see everybody going to the NFR and these pro rodeos and, like, traveling and adventuring and everything like that. And, you know, at the bottom, it's not like that. And I feel like a lot of people just kind of brush that off because it's not entertaining and it's not fun to watch. And honestly, no, it's not. It's actually really boring. But I feel like it's very important for people to understand and see this side of things. And, like, everybody starts here, whether they say it or not, whether you're doing it and your whole family does it and you just go, like, everybody starts at the bottom. And I think everybody needs to see that, because social media is not real. And I feel like people only focus and highlight on what they want you to see and not what they don't want you to see. And I just want you to see what people don't share. And, you know, this is kind of it. I ride in my pasture because we don't have an arena. So I ride here. And This is just a setup that I have, and honestly, it works for me. We have all the barrels in the shade, and this is just kind of where I'm starting out. It's big enough to where I can open my horse up if I wanted to when the chance comes or opportunity comes, or I just go to the neighbor's house because they have an arena and I just go over there and ride. So you know, there's no glory or anything here, but it's doable. I can do what I need to do and it works for me. So people who have a place that they turn their horses out like this and, you know, put some barrels out, that's just it. That's all I got. So I'm working to have more, but you know, everybody's got to start at the bottom. So and it is not fun to be down here at the bottom. It's very discouraging. It's very hard. You have no motivation. I mean, it's just doom and gloom down here. You are in the trenches, and it's very hard to have that be idolized and looked at, but you are in the trenches when you're down here and you're not up here competing. You are down here. And I just want this to be very emphasized and known that it's totally okay. Okay, you can't just start at the top. And you know, I know everybody says they know that, but you know, it's okay. Like, we in the industry need to make it known that it's okay to be on this level. And you will grow. It depends on how much motivation you actually have. This is where the real work comes in, and this is where you literally plant your garden. This is where the watering, the seeding, the waiting, the stress, the crying, the blood, the tears, the screaming, the yelling, the hollering, the anger, the throwing, the breaking, like everything is here. Okay, this is where you learn so much about everything: yourself, your horse, the industry, what you thought you knew, what you actually don't know. And even though that you've been in the industry for forever and you take some time off and you come back in and everything is different, like nothing is the same anymore. You can't go to a barrel race and it's not like how it used to be anymore. Everything, I mean, you know, so you have a whole bunch more of learning, which is frustrating. And you know, it's just more competitive. Not like that's a bad thing or anything like that, but it's hard when you're starting to get back into it. And social media is a lot bigger now than what it used to be. And so you make a post and nobody knows or sees this side, and they don't see you at home training, they don't see you at home working, they don't see anything like this. And then you post a video because, you know, like, wow, look where I came from. I just came like this far, and I'm gonna make a post because that's something that I wanted to do, and I'm very proud of this because look how far I've come. And then you have the Betty Barrel Racers that come in and they just shred you to pieces and they tell you, this is what you need to do, you need to work on this more. Like, you don't know where I just was doing. You don't know where I started from. This is great to where I started from. And so then you have those people. And so that's why, I mean, there's just so many reasons why I feel like documenting everything right now, because, you know, people need to stop telling you, you need to do better, you need to ride better, you need to practice this more, you need to do that more, when they don't know that you had no saddle. You've had a hard time training with your horse, getting like acclimated to your horse and actually doing stuff with your horse. And they don't know that you just made a huge breakthrough and you had gone through multiple trainers, multiple lessons, and just to get to the arena. And they don't know how many times you've hauled your horse out and got over the trash can in the parking lot, and you were actually able to get to the arena and ride with other people without your horse bucking you off, and actually able to get into the arena safely and not make a hot lap. And so, like, they don't know that because people don't share that stuff. And for you to make a post like that and say you need to do better, well, actually, the person posting saying that you need to do better, because people do come a long way, and getting to be able to confidently post a video of them running, you don't know the backstory. So, I mean, you know, so then you have all of that stuff, which actually also gets into your head, and you're like, is this even worth it anymore? Because I'm already struggling, and then I get to do this. And, you know, just all that kind of stuff. It's the fun levels that you get to once you break out of level 1, you go to level 2, you got to master level 2 and just like move on and go level 3. And so I really feel like when you're at the bottom and you're building everything from the bottom, you learn to build tough skin because you know the industry that you're getting into. You know, everybody's a barrel racing Betty, and you know everybody's gonna be just really shitty, and that's just what it is. Like, my horse is better than you. I have a $20,000 horse and you have a $2 horse, like the whole 9 yards, like whoop-de-doo. So you gotta like tune that out because you're not in it for them. Okay, you're here for you. And I feel like once you realize that you're just competing against yourself, this is completely fun because you've put so much time and effort into it. It's gonna be worth it. You're not running for anybody else. Okay, like you are literally in this sport, in this event for yourself because this is what you want to do. Look at all the time and effort you put into it. It could be 2 years that you put into this and you're finally able to get out and go somewhere. Screw everybody else. They don't even matter. So I just want to share with everybody that the bottom sucks. It is not easy. I don't like being down here again. I was like in the middle where I was competing like every single weekend, going places and everything like that. And then it just went moop off a cliff, done. And it's hard getting back into it because I feel like starting from the bottom, learning versus having it going on pause for a couple years and then getting back into it. Like, you know what you're getting into, you know how to run, you know all the things, and your expectations are different. So I feel like it's a definite mind game. And you're on a horse that doesn't know anything about the industry, and you do. So your experience is here, and the horse's experience is here. And technically you have to start all over and be down here with the horse, which I think is fine because then you get to relearn and grow and start over. And instead of ending up here where you were, you can go like super high and end up like way up here, but you can do it together on the horse. And so I think that makes people better riders, and you have a better appreciation for what you have. And so that's my rant. No, I'm just kidding. But that's like my thought process of like what I want to do, but like what actually goes into it and what I think is a total mind game in this sport. So you gotta pick and choose your battles, and none of them are gonna be easy. It really doesn't matter which way you go. It's gonna be a challenge, and I feel like how bad you want it, every step that you accomplish is gonna be a major victory. So I think my advice for right now is don't look at the bigger picture. Make smaller goals and write it all down, and then highlight everything that you've accomplished. Keep the paper, don't throw it away. Don't like scribble it out or anything like that, you know, so you can't read what you accomplished. But take a highlighter, like write down your goals, what you want to accomplish for like the next 6 months or something. Super simple. And see how far you get. And then once you see on the piece of paper like how much stuff you've marked off, you're gonna see how far you've gotten, and that's a victory. So I mean, and then you just keep moving forward. Every single day is a victory because you came out, you showed up, you got it done, you practiced, you put time and effort into it, and that's a win. You won. Nobody sees it because nobody posts about it or anything like that, but because you're focused on trying to get this figured out and going somewhere, that you don't document it. Nobody does, but I will. and so, but you show up every single day. You just won that day. So just show up, and you will be so surprised how far you get. So I just want to thank you if you made it through the entire about 20 minutes of this speech and listening to me talk about what I see my point of view of rodeo. And that's what this podcast is about, is just sharing your side, your point of view, and what you see and how you see rodeo. And I just want to thank you. If you really like this, please like, share, give me a comment. If you like to hear or want to hear something be talked about, or you have questions, let me know. Write me on Facebook and Messenger, Instagram. Send me a message. It's totally cool. I will do my best, or I will find someone and get them on the show, and we will talk about it. So you guys have a good start of your week. Today is a Sunday, and let's go.